want you to think about the question that you asked. You can only have what you already have, right? So think about that question for a second. If I can only have what I already have, then me looking for a sign is me stepping out of ownership and stepping back into I don't have it. Okay? Think about that. Think about that. So let me make sure this is good and running. Cool, it's working. All right, so the question was, whenever you're about to attain something, do you have visions? Or somebody might have visions. Does that mean that it's on the way? Whatever the case may be, right? Now, whatever you say the vision means is what it means. But I want you to think, for someone close to you, when you feel something bad will happen. Well, see, even that is you taking your vision and then all of a sudden turn it into some kind of premonition. Right? You could just as easily say it means nothing. But when you accept the truth that because I see this and feel this, this must be what's about to happen, well then what do you expect to happen, right? If you are this creator of your reality, so you're the one who decides. You're the one who decides. What's up, Lex, not Alexa? Yep. So, all right, we're going to do questions, okay? I have a list. Some of these questions I'll answer. Some of them I'll turn into full lectures, all right? But I have two categories. I have a good question category and I have a dumbass question category, all right? See, people told you that there's no such thing as a bad question. I ain't them people. I ain't them motherfucking people. All right, so let's go into this. Everything is as you choose or decide. Yep, 100%. Your reality is simply what you accept as the truth about your reality. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Your reality, in your reality, you are 1 moment old. You are this moment old right now. What you accept is true right now. That's it. That's what your reality is right now. Yo, don't get shy. Don't get scared to ask questions. Appreciate you, Anna. Appreciate you, Anna. Am I on the twin flame journey? Oof. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to get added to the list. No, I'm not on the twin flame journey. I'm not on the twin flame journey. There's no such thing. Okay. Let me not be hard with y'all. Okay. If you believe that there's a such thing, sure. What I don't like and what I want you to be careful of is some people would say things like, I'm on this twin flame journey, and they would just use that as an excuse to put up with bullshit. So they would say things like, I know the twin flame journey is supposed to be difficult. And so now you put up with cheating, lying, abuse, gaslighting, ghosting, all of those things. And if you truly understood that you were sourced and that you were loved, would you put up with some of those things, right? So sometimes we use these things, right? Because somebody told you on Google, somebody told you on TikTok that the twin flame journey was supposed to be hard. And so now you're suffering through your life for 3 years when you could have just chose that me and this person are together and everything's fine. So don't allow the twin flame journey to just become another excuse for suffering. That's not love. Some of y'all are masochists. Some of y'all that claim the twin flame journey are absolute masochists. You like pain. You like suffering. But you don't have to do that. Okay? You don't have to do that. Yes, if it works, it works. What else y'all got? Exactly, right? We just give ourselves excuses to suffer when you don't have to. You're too divine. You don't have to settle for that. You don't have to settle for that. You can right now be the one who has everything in this moment. Feelings of restlessness while being present. Allow those feelings to pass. Allow them to pass. Okay. There's no feeling. I cannot stress this enough. There is no feeling, absolutely no feeling that will visit you and stay there forever. Whether it's restlessness or anxiety or happiness or joy or excitement or anxiety or whatever the case may be, right? There's no single feeling that will visit you and will last forever. Okay? You see Leslie, she knew that I wasn't alive, so now she's jumping in and asking a question. I know what she's doing. Somebody comment and tell Leslie, get your ass on the live stream and ask your question right here. Don't wait till I'm on the live to hide from me and then try to ask a question in the Discord. All right. I know what the hell she's doing. About alcohol, it is your body. You can do whatever you want with it, right? But you only do have one body. So my perspective is I like to take care of my vessel, right? And so I'm kind of moderate with certain things that I put in it. However, if everything is consciousness and everything is a story, then even what you put in your body and how it impacts that is going to be a story that you're telling. It's going to be something that you accept as truth. Now, there are certain, and this is something to really understand, y'all. Just because we say that everything is meaningless and nothing has meaning, does that mean you should just completely check out of the human experience? There are certain things that my character, Alexander, he likes to experience. There are certain things that I like to experience. I like working out. I like doing certain things, and that's perfectly fine. Right? It's just like when we say there's no morality. Just because I say that, does that mean that you should live your life without a sense of your own personal morality? If you want, sure. But what if you can't stomach it? What if you can't decide that you and this person are together, even though they might have another relationship? And then they have kids in that other relationship. And you can't get to the point where you say they are mine and there's nothing else. You know, the kids will get over it. They'll be fine. They're mine now. Okay. If you can't stomach that, you shouldn't do it. Just because you're told that something is this way doesn't mean that you have to follow it. Right? At the end of the day, it's your reality. It's your rules. It's your life. And you're the one who has to make that bed and sleep with it at night or sleep in it at night. Okay. You're the one who has to lay in that bed and sleep in it. It's possible to manifest whatever you can accept as truth. Whatever you can accept as truth, you can manifest. Absolutely. So the question isn't, can you manifest literally anything? The question is, what can you accept that you can? What can you accept that you can? Some people sit in the knowing that they have money and money shows up out of nowhere. Can you? Right? Can Don SG? Absolutely not. Don SG can't. I'm just fucking with you, Don. But can you? Right? Can you sit in the knowing of what you want, irrespective of what everything else is telling you? Can you sit in the knowing of what you want, irrespective of what everything else is telling you? So it has nothing to do with what I think is possible. It's always about what you accept is possible, what you accept as your truth. Instead a question comes up and you answer it yourself. I feel you. That's fair. That's fair. Good afternoon. Y'all are quiet today. My opinion about religion. Personally, I prefer any kind of spiritual perspective that places God within you. That's it. I Leslie, one of them over, she don't even watch content. She just dive in Discords. She a Discord diver. No content. I just want just somebody give me the fucking answer. I feel you. But my perspective on religion is that anything that puts God within me, I'm cool with as a foundation, that I am not separate from the creator. That's cool. Anything that places power outside of me, I don't resonate with. That's all. That is all. Okay, how do you know that you're being and not doing to get? Who is in your head judging you one way or the other? Okay, so that's the first question. I might be able to tell you certain things, right? I might be able to tell you certain things, but what do you accept as true? Okay, so can you accept that right now, as you are, you're already everything? That's it. Okay, you're not doing anything to get. You're simply being who you are right now, and knowing knowing that that's enough. Because on the level of being, you're already source. Right? She watched our first video yesterday for sure. Crazy. I was like, hold on, what you mean? No wonder y'all asking the same tired ass questions. No fucking wonder. Sometimes y'all ask questions, the first thing I want to say is, have y'all watched anything? Or y'all just here? Like, damn. My feelings and emotions have hands. Like, it's not accepting the fact I am it. What do you mean? Okay. What's not accepting it? That's you not accepting it. It has nothing to do with your feelings and emotions and thoughts or whatever not accept. It's you not accepting it. So think about this, okay? Think about this. Do your emotions and feelings matter, Leslie? No, Alex, they don't. Right? What actually matters? The truth of who I am, Alex. The truth is all that matters. Okay, so if the truth is all that matters, even if you have an emotion or a feeling that is opposite, who is the one saying, who is the one that is sitting here and spinning the story that their emotions and thoughts don't matter? Or I'm sorry, are not accepting it. It's you. It's just you. Now, let's play a game. Let's do an exercise. What would happen if you put all of your attention on this moment? What if instead of putting all of your attention on if your thoughts and emotions were aligned so the magical SP fairy could grant you a wish, what if you just put all of your emotion or all of your attention on this moment? You know what would happen is that all your issues would simply dissolve and you would just be here. And you know what you are without thought and without emotion, you're still everything you desire to be. So why not, instead of trying to fight off your emotions and thoughts, you were just here. And the more that you were here, everything was just automatically added to you. Do subliminals keep you in a state of not having it? No. That's just you judging that they're putting you in a state. The only person that can put you in and out of a state is you. There's nothing outside of you that is measuring your state. There's no state thermometer that you have shoved up your ass that is telling you are in the correct state or you're not in the correct state. There's no vibration calculator. There's no frequency thermometer. There's none of that shit. There's just you sitting right here is all that there is as God and saying, you know what? Subliminals might be putting me out the state. How? How can something outside of you put you as God out of the state when you as God are already everything? All these things are illusions, or they're fairy tales. They're fairy tales. Thinking that anything can put you in or out of a state is an absolute fairy tale. You have made a false idol out of a subliminal. You now think that the subliminal stands in between you and God. Well, if you know the truth, then it doesn't matter what your brain is saying, right, Leslie? See, you're looking, you're still searching for some kind of feeling. You are searching, thinking that one day the magical feeling of I am God is going to wash over you and you'll never feel anxiety or pain or frustration or doubt again. That's an illusion. Get that out of your mind. There is no feeling that has ever came over you that has stayed forever. There is no thought that has ever came over you that has stayed forever. There is no circumstance that has ever visited you that has stayed forever. The only thing that stays forever is the truth that you are already everything. That's it. That's the only thing that stays forever is that truth. Is that truth. So take the emphasis off of your emotions and your thoughts, and what actually remains is the truth. If you continue to monitor your thoughts and your emotions as some kind of meter for who you are, you will be pulled around like a rag doll. When you feel good, you will say, I am God. When you feel like shit, you will say, I am not. And you're just going to be frustrated. But I have been manifesting traveling for 3 years now. I never left my country. Well, that's because you still think that there's a version of you traveling that's out there that you have to get to, and there's a version of you right here that's not traveling that you are. That's the problem. You think that somehow you have to become something. I've been manifesting to become the person that's traveling, but I haven't. It's two different stories. You've already split yourself into two different versions of you. There is only the version of you right now that is traveling. That's it. Everything else is just a story that you're telling. You are the awareness. You still think that you're this persona, you're this character, you're this small self that has to improve and become something, or you have a different version of you that's doing all the things that you want. There's only you right now saying that you've been doing something for X amount of time and nothing has happened. You are in Barbados, bro. That's why Abdullah was shoving the door in Neville's face over and over and over again, because of the double-mindedness. You can't get where you want to be from double-mindedness. You are the version of you that is traveling right now. And if you said but after that, then you're not the version of you that's been traveling right now. That's it. You are the version of you that is traveling right now, no matter what you feel, no matter what you think. Or you can say, but Alex this, but Alex that. But what about this, the circumstance this, I feel like this, my thought this. Well, then you're not. So which one do you rather be? Leslie, NJ, which one would you rather be? Would you rather be the one who says, I am traveling right now? Or would you rather be the one that says, I am traveling now, but I feel like this? That but, all that but does is it adds a condition. And you are the unconditional awareness, the unconditional presence, the unconditional God that is already what you desire to be. But when you put a but, well, I would love to travel. I am traveling, but I feel like this. I want this specific person, but I feel like this. But the thoughts are rejecting me. But the body is, your body, your mind has been trained to think in lack for the last 25 years. What do you expect? When you stop taking it so serious, when you stop taking this personality so damn serious, when you stop taking this illusion of an Alexander, this illusion of a Leslie, this illusion of an NJ so serious, and you realize you're only right now, that's all the story. You thinking your thoughts are in the way, your emotions are in the way, are just a story. Those are just stories. They're just forms. They're just illusions rising up within your awareness. You thinking that you're not the version of you that's traveling right now is just a story. It's just an illusion. You're none of those things. You are everything right now, deciding who you are in this moment. And now again, and now again, and now again. This is a path of accountability. This is a path of big nuts that you have to stand in the truth of who you are. You have to drop those nuts and say, this is who I am, no matter what it looks like, no matter how I feel, no matter what I'm thinking, no matter what the circumstances are saying, no matter what Bob online is saying, no matter what this coach is saying, no matter what Alex is saying, no matter what, that's what you got to do. You have to unconditionally decide who you are and be that. And unconditionally means, matter of fact, I know some of y'all been dropped in your heads. Let's look up unconditionally together. I'm gonna Google it for you. Unconditionally. What is unconditional? Let's see what unconditional means. Unconditional means absolute, total, and not limited by restrictions, requirements, or qualifications. Your emotions are not a qualification, they are a condition. You're not required to feel good. You're not required to think good. It's not required to look good. You're unconditionally that which you desire to be. Does anybody not understand what unconditional means? Let's go a little bit further, okay? No strings attached. It applies to scenarios where actions, feelings, oh my God, can you hear this? Unconditional, you're unconditionally it. It applies to scenarios where actions, feelings, or agreements, like love or surrender, are given freely without expecting anything in return, regardless of circumstances. Key aspects of unconditional: something that is not dependent on specific terms or conditions. Your emotions are a condition, they're a term. You telling me this made up fairy tale story of I just feel like I'm not accepting it. You just feel like you're not accepting it. Just accept it. Just accept it. It doesn't matter if you feel like it or not. Just accept that you are it no matter how you feel about it. The same way that you've been expecting, the same way that you have been accepting that you're not it. Even when you feel good, you're like, I still am not it. I don't know how long this feeling's gonna last. What if you turn that around? You're like, I am it. I don't feel like it, but I wonder how long this feeling's gonna last. Can't last forever. I'll get over it and I'll still be it. Just do the opposite of the bullshit you've been doing. You've been doing this. Damn, I was about to say an asshole thing. Y'all have been doing the same shit for the last 5 years and have had no results. Just do the opposite. Instead of putting all the conditions on it, take all the conditions off. Instead of all the conditions, sleep tape, have to feel like this, have to think like this, circumstance has to look like this. Why don't you just say, I am it no matter what? There we go. How do you deal with it? As best as you can. But you don't have to create that as your identity. You don't have to use that as your identity at all. You are the identity of health. There's no label. There's no label that takes away the truth of what you are. There's no label that takes away the truth of what you are. How to maintain your identity when your body shifts and you can't access or embody the state of being. Sometimes I get on here and I get like a little bit more pointed with y'all. So let me take a step back. Because the first thing I want to say is watch the last 2 videos on desire. Lecture 1 and lecture 2. That'll be your homework. H Ash from the 42222. See, now I remember you. That'll be your homework to watch those first two videos. You're acting as if the truth of what you are is something that you could remove or add on to you. You have the desire not because you sat around and thought of the perfect desire, but because that desire chose you. A lot of y'all want these specific people. You didn't choose that 8 months later, 18 months later, 7 years later for some of y'all, that you would be sitting in a fucking TikTok live stream trying to understand the laws of the universe just so you can get somebody back. Did you choose that? Did you say, this is what my life will be 5 years from now? No. The desire showed up and it led you down a path. You held on to the desire. The desire just showed up out of nowhere, right? All right. So your desire, what happens is you have 2 ways to look at it. You can either look at your desire as proof that you have something, or you can look at it as proof that you don't have something. And if you look at it as proof that you don't have something, what you're going to constantly do is you're going to be trying to find relief from being separate. Oh man, I'm about to drop a gem. If you don't accept that your desire is the truth of you, what you're going to do is you are going to be constantly seeking relief from the illusion of separation. God is within you. You are God. You are already everything. But when the illusion of separation happens, it hurts on a soul level. And you're going to constantly be seeking relief. And you're going to seek relief in techniques, relief in sleep tapes, relief in subliminals, relief in chakra alignment, relief in all of these things. It's not the desire that hurts. It's that you fractured yourself. There's a version of you that has it because the desire is proof that you have it. And there's a version of you that does not have it because you are creating the illusion of distance, of separation, that I am not that which I desire to be. And that fracture is what hurts. The desire doesn't hurt. Your separation from the truth that desire is yours hurts. So there's no state to embody. There's simply a truth to recognize it's already yours. We can call that a state or a choice or a decision if you want. But even a choice to be something, okay? Even the quote unquote state of embodying something without the recognition that it's already your nature still feels like effort, doesn't it? Choosing that you are this without the acceptance, without the recognition that it's the truth of who you are, doesn't that feel like effort? Doesn't that still feel like exhaustion? Doesn't it still feel like a technique? This is why when we talk about I am, we say, no, I am is just the truth of who you are. You are already everything. That recognition. So I have the desire. The desire gives me the illusion of choice. The desire shows up within my awareness. It's already a universal truth that exists. You with that person, you with that money, you with that business, you with that health, it exists. It's the truth. But now it shows up to you within your awareness. It's a truth that's already the truth. And it shows up within your awareness. Now you have a perceived choice. Your choice is to accept that this is your truth two ways, with recognition and with a quote unquote truth. Or choice, with recognition and a quote unquote choice. Now, if you just make the choice without recognizing that's just the truth of who you are, it still can feel difficult. It can still feel like effort. It can still feel like strive. It can still feel like you're trying to focus 24/7 to be something that you're not in order to get something that you don't have. Do you feel where I'm going? All right. So how do we break this illusion? It's the recognition that you're already it. When you recognize that you already are it, well, the choice even becomes lighter. It's an illusion. It's already mine. It's a recognition. But when I simply think it's a choice and it's something I have to embody, and that's all. Now you're still in law of attraction, law of assumption, all of that shit. You're still doing all of that shit. You're still trying to do something to get. And trying to do something to get is perpetuating that you don't have it. You don't have this shit. That's why you're trying to do something to get it. But we break the illusion by knowing that the desire is the truth about me. I already have it. There's not a separate version of me that has it and then me here. There's just me as all things right now. There's no version of me that I have to become to get it. I'm it. It's a collapsing, and that's how you collapse the illusion of time, right? You think you have to go through time to become this person and hold your knowing that you are that person, but you're already it. You're already it despite feelings, despite thoughts, despite circumstances. Why are you already it? The proof is in the pudding. The proof is because you have the desire. Because you have the desire, you're already it. That's it. Once you recognize that, choice becomes lighter. Okay, once you recognize that, your choice becomes much lighter. Okay? So the striving, it's tiring, right? Trying to stay in a certain state, it's tiring. Trying to stay in a embodiment, it's tiring, right? But a recognition that you already are it, there is no lag. There is no lag. There is no lag. There is no lag. If you were to damn, let me fuck y'all up again. If you were to simply just decide that you were the person that you desire to be, if you were to actually recognize that, there would be no lag. There would be no lag at all. And also remember, the moment you decide, the moment that you recognize you are it, you're immediately in that timeline. Reality moves at the speed of identity. Reality does not move at the speed of time. Okay? Reality moves at the speed of identity. That's it. It moves at the speed of identity. Meaning when your identity sits in what you want, that's it. You're in that timeline. It's done. It's here. When your identity, whenever you're in the recognition that you're not who you desire to be, then things take a long time. Things don't move, and that gives you the perspective of time. So even if you're sitting here and you're like, man, I got to rewire, reprogram something, that time that you're reprogramming is just time that you're saying, I'm not it. And you perceive it as some kind of journey, as some kind of linear time. But all that is the time. The time is simply you stringing together moments of not deciding you are who you desire to be. Because that's all you're saying is I'm not it until I do all this stuff. And so you just string together that identity and reality reflects it. There's nothing that's actually changing. All right. Your identity is still staying the same. I am it or I'm not it. This is a binary choice. I am or I am not. And so you can say I'm improving, but you're still saying I am not. There's only now. And how we experience this, how the logical mind experiences as time, a delay, a lag, a loop. Okay? That's all it is. You can't straddle the fence. Can't straddle the fence. You are one moment old right now. Just one moment. One beautiful moment old. You can recognize you are it while having occasional feelings of pain. Sure. Absolutely. Sure can. You know, you guys are putting your desires on this pedestal. Your desires are already the truth about who you are. And even if this money or this person or this business works out, that does not mean that you're going to have days without pain. Okay? You guys are treating these things, these objects, even though manifestation is not even about it's not an object. Okay? It's just the truth of who you're. It's a recognition of what you already are. But you're treating these things like saviors. Y'all are treating your specific people like fucking Jesus Christ. And you think when that person shows up in your life, they will wash away your sins and wash away your emotions and wash away your doubts. And they fucking won't. The dick ain't that good. They won't. But you get caught up in this illusion of, in order to get them, I have to turn into a fucking robot. It makes no sense. You're still going to have days. You're still going to have ups and downs. But your identity is not tied to what you feel. It's not. Your identity is absolutely unconditional. It's already here. It's already there. Okay? It's already there. You're already it. Some of y'all, I think y'all SP dick made out of vibranium. Fucking Black Panther. Like, what is going on? Like, he gonna tap you on the forehead with it and all of a sudden all your worries just wash away? All the thoughts and the doubts and the frustrations and the fears just fade into nothing and I will be happy ever after. No. The motherfucker's still finna roll over and the morning breath is gonna hit you and you're gonna say, God damn, I knew I missed you, but shit, I forgot about this. Sometimes that shit ain't even finna fucking work for your ass because he's tired. But you're treating that shit like a... I don't have an answer for that. Thanks, Siri. You're treating that shit like a magic wand. You're treating it like a magic wand. You're just a human being. They wake up, they brush their teeth, they shower, they put on their pants, they go on about their day just like you. Just like you. So you can still, I like that question. That has become, see, it's always the YouTube. YouTube always fucking does it. The first person on the good question board. The first person on the good question board. Okay? I enjoy knowledge and learning how to be a better person. How can I accept that I'm complete if I crave to learn more? Beautiful question, right? Can you separate the craving to learn more from the knowing that you're already what you desire to be, right? This right here is fine. I enjoy learning more too. I enjoy reading. I enjoy getting challenged. I enjoy debating with some of y'all, even though I think some of y'all's arguments are absolutely ridiculous. I enjoy it. It's fun, okay? But I still also know that I'm source. So me wanting to be a better human and have a better experience and improving this character, me wanting more knowledge and more information, all of that is fine. But it's not, it doesn't become a condition. It doesn't become a condition to getting things. It doesn't become a condition to being an expression of source. Remember, the knowing that your source is about the absolute and unconditional acceptance that you are everything. Right? Now, just because you're everything, does that just mean that there's not certain things that you can learn? Does that mean that there's not information that's going to pull you? Does that mean that there's certain desires you're going to have that you don't even know about yet? No. Okay. So you can still enjoy this human experience. You're down here to enjoy the human experience. So enjoy it, while also still knowing that you're source. You're an expression of source. Okay. Okay. Crazy I have to say after creating some incredible thing. Heaven is here and it is me. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful quote. Heaven is here and it is me. I appreciate that. That is absolutely beautiful. Heaven is here and it is me. Wonderful. Okay, and then how to maintain your identity when your body shifts, you can't access or embody the. Okay, so that one we did answer. And that one was about understanding that you're more than your emotions. Remember that the desire is already the truth about who you are. The desire just simply requires a recognition that it's already yours and a choice to remember that you've already recognized that it's already yours. Okay, and so even if you've recognized that something is yours, doesn't mean that you won't have days that are more difficult than others. That's fine. That's part of the human experience. But those days don't define you. Those days don't define you. How can you identify as an identity without having to think of it all the time? Because you're thinking of, okay, you're how much percent do I have? Okay, I still got 6%. We got hella time. 6%, hella time. Okay. You're still thinking that there's something outside of you judging you for what you're thinking about. And that's going to determine what you are. Instead of simply understanding that the desire is already the truth of who you are. The desire is already the truth of what you are. Okay. So once you accept that you're already everything you desire to be, you don't even need to hold on to this desire because it's already the truth. You can if you want. Okay. But just because let's say that you want a person, you want this business, does that mean that 24/7 you must keep on your mind that that business is successful and perfect and that person is what you know? It's just the truth. The truth doesn't require you to micromanage it. The truth just is the truth. Lighten up with yourselves. Enjoy life. You're not here to sit and hyperfixate on one or two things just so those things can show up. What happens when they show up and then you take your mind off of it? Do they disappear? Right? When you don't think about your car, does it fade away into nothing? Like a Thanos snap. I am inevitable. Right? All of a sudden your house started disappearing because you take your mind off of it. No, the truth is that those things are there. You just don't question if they're there or not. Another bar. You just don't question if they're there or not, right? You just know that they're there. It doesn't require your fixation on it. It doesn't require your attachment to it. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. Even if I lose my keys, my car doesn't disappear. Even if I forgot where I parked for a second. What the fuck? Doesn't take the car away. The car is still there. The truth is that you still know that it's yours. You own it. Okay? It doesn't require your constant attention. If all the things in your life, in order to keep them, required your constant attention on them, what the fuck would you be doing now? What would you be doing right now? Exactly. Because you're source, it doesn't mean you know everything. It just means you are everything. And learning is still a human experience that you get to absolutely enjoy and love. Another good question. Another great question. At what point does giving ourselves grace stop us from being intentional? What is the fine line where giving ourselves grace turns into just being in lack all the time? Is there a fine line? Where does it start and end, right? It's a good question. I don't think it's a question that I'm going to be able to answer right now. I think it's more of a that's more of a lecture topic. It's more of a lecture topic. What's up, Caravan? Long time no talk. It's more of a lecture topic, right? This also goes with sometimes, y'all will say things like, well, if I'm it no matter what, if I'm God no matter what, does that mean that I should just get whatever I want no matter what? Yeah, but you're God who is everything, and you get to make a choice on who you are moment by moment, right? So remember, the grace comes into, when does grace come into to a lot of our conversations? It comes into a lot of our conversations when I'm trying to get y'all to stop beating yourself up and saying, well, this happened, or this must mean that, or what does this mean? It's giving yourself grace to say, no, you're new right now. You don't have to figure that out. You don't have to judge yourself anymore. You can simply be who you desire to be right now. You can simply be who you desire to be right now. Okay? That's typically the context of grace that we speak about. Right? So you could make a debate or make an argument that is absolutely intentional. It's absolutely intentional in the knowing of who I am. But what happens when you're saying that, oh yeah, I got to give myself grace. I'm it right now. But you're only it right now. You're only the person you desire to be for 10 minutes out the day, and the rest of the time you're spiraling. Where is that line? Right? It's a good question. Because if I just said like, oh yeah, I'm everything, and I can just have whatever I want, and the thoughts and the emotions don't matter, to what point? To what point? Okay? Yeah. Every 5 minutes I come back to being it, whatever I desire to be right now, I'd just rather be constantly and not have to worry about monitoring myself. Then I think that's why the presence stuff has been so important, because the presence is what helps you to actually stay here. Because you present automatically puts you in you're automatically just in flow in the state. You automatically are thinking as the person you desire to be. The more present you are, and when you're all the way here, right, the less likely you are to be pulled around by everything. So I think what you're leaning towards, what will help you, is going to be presence for sure. It's going to be presence for sure. Kind of tired, y'all. It is a good debate night. I don't know if we're going to have debate night tonight, though. I don't know if I'm feeling it. So the intrusive thoughts. Right. So the intrusive thoughts and emotions doesn't affect our desires coming true. No, it doesn't, unless you say they do. Now, when I say this, I'm not saying to sit around and like fight away your thoughts for 10 hours and then be like, oh, I just fought them good enough. Everything is still mine. I mean, can you just be present enough to watch those thoughts and emotions and be like, that's not me. That has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with me. It's not the truth. Appreciate you. Master your 12 flying journey. Appreciate you. Thank you. How can you be able to feel like crap and just watch the feeling and not take it seriously? Presence and observing, watching it. I mean, I guess it's a skill that you learn, but why does the emotion actually, the emotion feels bad just because it's an emotion, right? What is the story that you attach to it? Remember, the emotion, you're allowed to feel however you feel without making a story about it and making it a problem. Okay? If you feel down or out or tired or what, you just feel down. You just feel tired. You just feel sick in your stomach or you just feel anxious. But now all of a sudden the mind comes in with a story and says, oh, because I learned about reality creation, if I feel like this must mean I'm not it. That's just a story. You don't have to tell that story about it. You can allow the feeling to be there and it just be a feeling. That's what not taking it seriously means. It doesn't stem from that. Your feeling is just a feeling. The story, you're telling a story of not having what you want, leading yourself to a feeling and then spiraling. You're doing that. That's a choice you're making. Like you got to be accountable, right? You said, how can I not take the feeling serious and then say it stems from me saying that I don't have what I want and then the feeling comes up and then I spiral. That's your fault. You're the one who's telling the story that you don't have something and then all of a sudden that creates the feeling and you're spiraling. Now, if the feeling just showed up, you don't have to put a label on it. But I'm not saying that you can just sit there and say that you don't have what you want and then feelings show up and you start spiraling and that doesn't matter. That does matter. That is you saying that you don't have it. That's you being the person that doesn't have it. Right? So we're not going to sugarcoat that shit. You're not going to get what you want from lack. You're either going to be the person that has what you want and decides you have what you want, or you're going to be the person that decides you don't have what you want and you won't. It's binary. It's one or the other. So let me be very clear. When I say your feelings and thoughts don't matter, I'm not saying that you can walk around and tell the story of not having it all day long and then say, but Alex said the feelings and thoughts don't matter and then get what you want. No. What I'm saying is if you're telling the story of having it and you just happen to have a bad day and feel bad, you don't have to make that a problem. You can just feel bad without telling the story that feeling bad means you don't have it. Feeling bad just means you feel bad. It has nothing to do with what you have or don't have. Having and not having is a recognition. It's not measured by physical proximity. It is measured by what you are aware of having. That's it. Recognition is awareness. What are you aware of being right now? So you can feel like crap after thinking I don't have it and still decide you have it. Yes, but I don't think that's what you meant. Yeah, but I don't think that's what your ass meant when you said that shit the first time. I feel like you're trying to find a loophole. You shouldn't be walking around having thoughts of not having it and then spiraling in your feelings and then saying, oh, but I do have it. You should be present enough to know that you're already everything. And if a stray thought says you don't have it, you don't have to take it serious. You don't, but If y'all are having straight thoughts and those thoughts are lingering for 30 minutes, an hour, and then the feelings come, you're spiraling for another 5 hours, and then you say, oh no, I decide that I have it for 10 minutes, and then go back to the same person that doesn't have it. No, no, you can't have it. You don't have it. Okay? It's about you sitting in this moment right now and knowing that you have it and then stretching this moment out. Yeah, exactly. There is no reason, there's no excuse for your thoughts to be lingering for hours. There's no excuse for your thoughts to be lingering on hours about what you don't have. Look at you, y'all trying to trick me. What if my thoughts are lingering for hours? Can I still say I have it? No, you got to get some balls first and foremost. What's up, y'all? My bad. My bad. I think this is up and running again. Okay, yeah, it's working. Cool. Phone died. Just had to switch. But no, you can't sit here and linger for hours on I don't have it. You know what we call that? It's a L word. I'll let y'all guess. What is the 4-letter L word that we call it? It's a cuss word. 4-letter L word that we call that lingering on not having something for hours. It's called lack. Y'all understand that if you say that I have something, let's say that you say you are with that person, you're not going to be with that person 24 hours, are you? Some of y'all are ridiculous, so you probably think you would. Okay. So, anyways, let's say that you decide that you have this person. Okay. And now let's say that you're sitting here on your phone in your bed. Okay. You're sitting there on the phone, on the bed. What is the proof that you don't have them right now? Entertain me. Somebody give me a valid excuse that you don't have them right now. Give me proof that you don't have them right now. What is the proof that you don't have that person right now? They're not here, Alex. So, they could be at work. They send me a text. Okay, are you constantly staring at that text for proof 24/7? Give me proof that they're not there right now. Give me proof that you're not with them. Them not texting 24/7. They wouldn't do that if they were with you anyway because they have a fucking life. Unless y'all want to bum. There's no proof. You have zero proof that you're not who you desire to be right now. You have no proof that you're not it. The only person saying you're not it is you. You're the only proof. You are the only proof. You forsake the ego by not giving it power, right? The ego becomes a story. And the more that we feed into the story of the ego, the larger it gets. And so now we give it characteristics. We say, well, the ego did this, the ego does that. And now all of a sudden we have built this entity, this collector of thoughts, this dark part of us that is constantly doing what? It's constantly telling us something. It's constantly saying, we start to say, no, this emotion is ego. This thought is ego. This behavior is ego. This circumstance is created by ego. Now, all of a sudden, we have a persona within us. What would happen if you actually just took responsibility? What would happen if you no longer talked about the ego? If nothing was the ego and it was all you? What would happen if you took full responsibility for yourself 24/7 and instead of saying this was ego, you simply said, okay, cool, I had that thought, but I don't have to identify with it. And I'm going to be present to the point where I'm only being the person I desire to be.
I'm not saying that there's no ego. Well, I am saying, I do say that. And while it can be beneficial to learn it, right? I'm not knocking anybody that speaks of the ego or whatever the case may be, because we say a bunch of different things. We call it the character or the ego or the personality or whatever, a small self. I'm not saying that those things don't quote unquote exist. I am. But what I'm saying is that, can we get to the point where we give it so much power that it just becomes another excuse? At what point does it just become something else to monitor? Wouldn't life be more peaceful? What do you tell the ego when it says what you say you have isn't physically here and it's never coming? You who? You who? You who? That's you saying that. That's not the ego saying anything. That's you. That's you saying you don't have it. That's you saying it's not physically here. That's you saying it's never coming. Guys, there's no. All right. Let's lock in, okay? There is no other voice in your head. If there is, you would be put in the psych ward. Y'all are giving yourself psychiatric problems. You're diagnosing yourself with schizophrenia. There's no other voice in your head telling you you don't have something. That's you. Ownership, responsibility, accountability. And this is why so many people do not have the shit they want. Because they're constantly sitting here and telling me that the ego says this and the ego says that and the ego says that. It's not saying shit. That's you. That's your programmed mind, because you refuse to sit your ass down in this present moment and be the person you desire to be. You would do anything but sit here and be the person you desire to be. You have one job. You have one job, to sit here and be who you desire to be. That's your only job. But you want to do everything else. You want to do everything else. You want to find, well, the emotions and thoughts don't matter. That means that I can just be shitty and think whatever and feel whatever and get what I want. Okay. Has that worked for you? In your life before, has that worked for you? No, it hasn't. So why are you acting like all of a sudden, why are you acting like that works now? You're either the person that things work out for or the person that things don't work out for. And you sitting around in the thought that I can just sit here and think about not having them or not here yet, and I can blame it on the ego, and somehow that's going to get you what you want. In what reality do y'all live in? Go tell your doctor, go to the doctor, go to the psychiatrist and tell them that there's an ego in your mind telling you that you don't have this person. Go tell them that there's another voice telling you that you don't have something. We get so caught up in this I can be a victim that we don't even understand the ridiculous things that we're saying. Go do it. Go tell them. And I'm going to be right there outside of you with a camera. Let me see what the fuck happened to this motherfucker. Yeah. Go tell them that. Tell them that. They're going to put you in that little short bus. They're going to put you in that short bus. They're going to put that white jacket on your ass. I'll see you again in about 5 years. And we can try this shit again. I'll see you in a couple of years. We're going to try this shit again. Yes, the ego is just a label that you use as an excuse. And some of you have just turned it into something to monitor 24/7. Are you spending more time? Are you spending more time judging things as ego, wondering how can I get the ego to shut up, thinking what am I doing wrong? Or are you spending more time actually being the person that's right here in this present moment, being the person they want to be? Think of random bad thoughts mostly coming from programming and conditioning, right? So let's say that you have spent 20, 30 years thinking negatively because when you were a kid, they told you good things take time. When you were a kid, you were programmed to think that just what you see is the truth. Okay. So now all of a sudden you come into this realization, right? And so now you are forced to be the person you desire to be, but the mind wants to go back to the old story, right? The mind is conditioned to think a certain way. It's still your mind. You're still the one driving, but it's been on autopilot. So often what you call the ego is just an autopilot. How do we get over this? By being present, by being here, by understanding that we are everything. That's it. You get over it by being here, okay? You don't get beyond the autopilot by staying on autopilot, right? You don't get over the autopilot by staying in autopilot, right? You get over the autopilot by getting off autopilot, right? The autopilot is the sleeper. Motherfuckers that are asleep, we call them NPCs, just running off autopilot. Motherfuckers are sleeping. Wake up. This is what waking up is, isn't it? You're not sleepwalking through life on autopilot anymore. Ding, ding, ding. Did a light bulb just go off in anybody's head? This is what waking up means. It means I am no longer walking through life sleep, unconscious, on autopilot. I am the creator of my reality. And here's another light bulb. If you can only create in this now moment, why the hell are you allowing yourself to be on autopilot right now? If you're only creating now, then get your ass here. Be here. Decide who you are. Be here and decide who you are. That's it. Be still and know that I am God. Simple instructions. Be still. Be present. Get your ass here and know that I am God. Okay? My attention is simply here. Attention is simply here. Exactly. Human nature and conditioning. Yeah. Being the person you desire to be is just knowing your recognition. If and let's break this down simpler. All right, go further than that. Okay, go a little bit further. Being the person you desire to be is just knowing you're recognizing. Kind of. But there's a deeper truth there. If you didn't know who you were and you didn't constantly recognize it, what would the truth about you be? What would the truth about you be if you had absolutely no thought right now? Okay? If you had no thought right now, what would you be? You would still be the truth, right? You would still be the truth of who you are. What's the truth of who you are? That you are the source, that you are pure awareness, you are pure consciousness, that you are God, that everything already exists within you. So even if you walked around with absolutely no thought, a blank slate, flowing through life, just da 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 da. Have you ever met an empty-minded person that shit just works out for? Have you ever met an empty-minded person that shit just worked out for? Shit's just gonna work out. Don't know how. Yada yada yada. They find rides. They find money. They ain't had a job in fucking years. He do what he wants. She do what they want. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever? Why? Why? Because even without thought, you're still it. You're still it. You're still it. So it's not a task. Your recognition isn't task. The full circle moment is getting back to how you were living before you learned about reality creation. Getting back to how you were before you learned about all this. But now the only thing that's changed is that, like, underneath it, you have this knowing that it's all going to work out. Because I am everything I desire to be. That's it. You're already that, Dimitri. Exactly. You're already that. No need to think yourself into it, right? Because when you think that you were it and now you're not it, what you're doing is you're creating this split. You're creating this gap, and now you're trying to manage the gap, reach through the gap. You're trying to become something different. The same God that was in that version of you is here now. No difference. So it's not about thinking your way back into it. Just like you said, it's simply a recognition that that version of you just never left. You just forgot for a little bit. That version of you is always here. That truth of what you are, it's always here. You just forgot for a second. And that's perfectly fine. Now you remember. And because you remember, it's all good. Okay? So no need to put set distance in between ourselves. Right? We think that there's a version of us right now that's not it, some future version or past version that was it or is it, and we have to bridge the gap. No gap to bridge. You are both. There's the same God in you as the God in them. That's it. Yeah, you've been calling your ego a villain. It's just you. It's like the Spider-Man meme. You're just pointing at yourself. A whole bunch of different versions. You're just pointing at themselves. Why does consciousness want to experience all these? Think of it like, don't even really think about it. At this point, all words will fall short when it comes to the nature of consciousness. Understand that consciousness is infinity, right? And it's always expanding. It's always unfolding, always expanding, always experiencing, always being, always growing. We see that just in nature. You look at nature and plants just grow, die, grow, die, grow, die, grow, die, transition into a different form, right? All of a sudden, this plant becomes fertilizer for another tree. Then that tree, then that tree becomes a house. Then that house becomes fertilizer. It's just this constant, evolution is constant unfolding. So let me say this, right? If the nature of creation is to create, then does there need to be a reason for creation to be what it is, to do what it does? If the nature of consciousness is to experience, does there need to be a reason, or would consciousness experience without a reason? Would creation create without a reason? Yes, of course. So the answer is in the definition. Okay, it's in the definition. Okay? You don't need a reason to be what you are. You just are what you are. Then ask the questions. I'm not saying not to ask questions. Exactly. Essie. You are whatever you choose to be. You are whatever you decide you are. Previous thoughts are just from wherever. They could be old identities. They could be wherever. They could be from old TV shows that you watched. Old fucking music that your ass illegally downloaded off of LimeWire back in the day. Those thoughts can be from wherever. So you don't have to try to figure out where they're from. You just get to choose who you are right now. Uh-oh, Edward. Uh-oh, Edward. Uh-oh, Edward. Don't let them people read that comment, brother. Don't let them people read that comment. That's why I refrain from telling people I talk to myself. So I'm just recording content. I'm just recording content before they try to carry me away. Yeah, but for sure, like those conversations are conversations with God. Views on tarot reading, burn the fucking cards up. Burn those cards up. Use them for toilet paper. Nah, if you want to do that shit, cool. As long as you are good with something else being your God. Are you the God of reality, or is the tarot card? You decide you are what you desire to be and don't take opposing thoughts seriously. Exactly. You don't really need a tarot card to tell you that you're it, right? Like, let's be real. Like, yeah, y'all though ask me about tarot cards, but let's be fucking for real. Just be honest with yourself, okay? It doesn't matter what that tattooed ass tarot lady tells you with all them fucking piercings, right? It doesn't matter what she tells your ass. You're gonna believe what you want anyway. If they give you good news, you're gonna be happy for 3 days, and then you're gonna come down and be like, fuck, maybe I need another reading. If they tell you some bad news, you're gonna be, oh, well, hopefully it'll still work out. You just want some kind of validation. Deep down, you know this shit is not the truth. You know you're going to have your own opinion of it anyway. So, sure, you can do that shit if you just want to be on a big spiral, a big emotional roller coaster. The cards don't lie. Man, y'all lucky I don't scam. Y'all are fucking lucky. Y'all are fucking lucky. I'll press the fuck out of y'all with some tarot cards. Hell nah. Yeah. I'm saying, but if you look, if you give me 3 monthly payments of $99.99, I promise you, your vibration will be perfect. Perfect. Man. Yeah, there is a version of me right now doing live read. There's a version of me right now reading tarot cards to y'all. I'm telling y'all you're not in alignment. You got to buy my course and I'll get you there, though. And that motherfucker in the back of my mind, I'm like, shit, got your bitch ass. Hell yeah, got your bitch ass. Got him. Got him. Appreciate your pink bow. Appreciate your pink bow. Learn through the pages of TikTok. Facts. It's a version of me scamming the fuck out of y'all right now. It is a version of me scamming the fuck out of y'all with no remorse. If you question me, I'm gonna block your ass too. Nope. No. Don't need the bad vibrations on here. Burn sage. Every time I block a motherfucker, I'm burning some sage on your bitch ass. Get they bitch ass out of here. Get them out of here. All right, next card reader. You already know. The ideas are turning. Maybe I need to add that to my fucking website. Hell yeah, I can do some Reiki. I should. Or maybe I should start selling holy water. Ooh, ooh, hey. Ooh, SP holy water. Take a shot of this water. Take one shot of this water. Don't take more than one shot. One shot of this holy water every day for 3 days, and your SP will love you. Do not take more than one shot, please. I said that help for $230 plus tax. No money back guarantee. Man, I have every excuse for y'all why it don't work. So you already know how smooth. You already know how I talk y'all asses. I'll talk you through it. You already know. I wish you would have an excuse. Damn. What time did you take it? How long did you wait till you opened the bottle? I see. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, well, what we're going to do the next time is we're going to expedite the shipping. Okay? Remember, keep the bottle room temperature. But I had it room temperature. My bad, I'm tripping. Keep the bottle in the fridge, my bad, because of the long journey. Keep the bottle in the fridge because of the long journey. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. I hope it didn't shake too much. You didn't get the premium shipping, did you? I told you, if you get the regular shipping, it's a risk because you don't know how they're handling the boxes. So it's very risky, and sometimes the water just gets messed up. It has to sit still for a certain amount of time for the spell to really just propagate. You know, like when I say that shit, for the spell to propagate through the water, it has to sit still. Okay. Cool. It has to sit still. And hold up, did you fast before you drank? That's it. What did you have? It might not be bad if you didn't have too much. Ooh, a cinnamon roll. Sorry. Man, okay. Well, don't take the rest. Okay? I want you to save that. I'm going to send you another bottle. Okay, I'm going to reduce the price from the $295 to $273. I'm going to send that to you. And once you do that, you got it. Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm gonna even throw in because I fuck with you, right? Because I really do care about you. I'm gonna throw in a additional personalized poem for you. How about that? Right? Or maybe some. I need you to say these affirmations while you drink it. I think that'll really supercharge what you got going on. Boy, I sell the fuck out of y'all. I sell the fuck out of y'all. Be over here praying for your SPs to come back. Please, please let them motherfuckers come back so they don't report this charge. Please don't let them report this PayPal charge, please. That shit crazy. Fix the Kundalini. Get damn right. Kundalini crystals. Kundalini crystals. Oh, hashtag Kundalini crystals. Everybody put your success stories down with the Kundalini crystals. I'm going to be on Grok. Mass generating success stories. On ChatGPT. Mass generating success stories. Hashtag Kundalini crystals. Yes. 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 Because the secret to alignment is the vertebrae. The secret to the secret to vibration is the vertebrae. Kundalini crystals. Because the secret to vibration is the vertebrae. Hey. 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 That's right. That's right. I got your ass. No, it's not contradictory. It's not contradictory. It's not contradictory. So, well, okay. I'm just trying to be kind. It's not contradictory. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it at that. It's not contradictory. I wouldn't buy that shit, but it's not contradictory. It ain't contradictory. I ain't buying that shit though. Y'all can't sell me shit. I'm gonna tell y'all really, the most. This is free. It's free. It is free to be in the present moment and know who you are. Ooh, a manifest for you package. You know what's crazy is that I know that if I started saying shit like that, never mind. As much as people like to outsource their power, that's the type of shit that would fucking sell for real. Motherfuckers want to do anything but believe in themselves. Well, I want to do anything but believe in themselves. I'll do anything but believe in myself. I believe in the crystal. I believe in the spell. I believe in you, coach. You, Coach Alex. I believe in some strange man wearing a headband on a TikTok live. I believe in some strange dude recording TikTok lives and YouTube lives, but I won't believe in my damn self. Crazy. I don't even know how y'all can trust me. You ain't even never seen my head before. How can you trust me? You ain't never seen the top of my head. How the fuck can you trust me? I could be anybody. I could be fucking anybody. It just could be a disguise. It could be a fucking disguise. Facts. You trust yourself first and foremost. That's it, right? I fucking take this fucking headband, I turn into a fucking middle-aged white man. Could you imagine that? I just take this shit off and I just completely changed. I've been AI this whole time. I don't care. This whole time. I said, what's wrong with me today? I'm just saying the shit that I think about and don't say today. This is probably the most normal I am. Everything else is the fraudulent shit. No, this is me. Everything else you need to be worried about. It's everything else you need to worry about. Shit. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, ooh-wee. Those are some good questions, though. I think I really want to do a bigger discussion on the how can I accept that I am complete if I crave to learn more. I think that's a good one. I'm trying to look for larger topics to discuss. I love the identity and leadership one that we did the other day. That was a great one. I'm trying to think of larger things. Larger things. Yeah, I can discuss it. I mean, I said it in the beginning of this live. Let me paraphrase it. Being complete does not mean that you know everything, right? So when I say that I am complete as source, that's just my desires are mine. I am the expression of God. But now what we'll do is we tie our knowledge into it. This is one of the things that I really had to check myself in the beginning. I had to check myself in the beginning of, right? I would think because somebody else dressed different or because this person looked like a monk or because this person talks slower. I used to have this thing, like when people talk slow, I was like, oh, this motherfucker is enlightened. All right. Or if somebody looks like they meditate more, if they say they meditate more or something, I would think, ooh, you must be closer to God. That's all an illusion. How could anyone be closer to that which I already am? To that which animates my being. This is why even the Quran says what? It says, I am closer to you. I am closer to you than your jugular vein. How could this means that God is closer to you than the very thing that sustains your life. The very thing that sustains your life. Consciousness, God, the universe is closer to you than that. Closer to you than any identity that you can choose. So this knowing that you're already everything is a relaxation into the truth. That doesn't mean that you're not going to have a human experience. So I can still get knowledge and read books, and I can still go out and do the things that I do, right? And all of those things, none of those things take away or add from me being source. I can take on different, because I am infinite and vast, I can take on these different personas. So learning has nothing to do with the truth of who I am. Learning is just me having a human experience. Some people enjoy learning, right? Some people, they get this information, they have the life that they desire, they continue to learn, they continue to read. Some people, they get it and they say, fuck this shit, I'm checked out. I'm out of here, right? That's fine. Both paths are perfect. Both paths are absolutely perfect. So you being everything you desire to be does not, you learning does not take away from you being everything you desire to be. Two distinct paths. Yeah. So there's no such thing as past lives. Only since you asked this first, I think this is the sixth time. Only because you asked this sixth time, I'm gonna answer it this time. If you had only answered it asked it five, I wasn't gonna answer it. So think of past lives as potential. Nothing exists. Okay, nothing exists. Jesus Christ did not exist. The version of you that you thought you were 10 minutes ago didn't exist. A past life doesn't exist. These are all just stories. They're all potential. They're all thoughts. They're all things that you've read in this moment. None of those things actually tangibly exist. The only thing that exists is you right now and right here. Everything else is just a story. It's just an illusion. So do past lives exist? Yes, sure. As potential within you right now. Futuralized potential within you right now. But you are everything right now. There's only this moment. There's only this moment. So the past of SP saying he doesn't want me doesn't exist. Let me fuck your head up. It exists. Now what? Now what, you? That past of them saying they don't want your ass, it exists. Okay, so what do you say about that? What do you say about that? Y'all keep asking me these same questions. What more answer do you want? Yes, your SP saying they don't want you. That means that you can't have them. Okay, now what? Who is God in your reality? Me or you? Who is God in your reality? Me or you? What Alex says, do you walk around living by the words of Alex? Well, Alex said, well, that's a sad life. I mean, it's a good life for me when I think that by myself. But guys, I don't want to be your reference point. Okay, I want you to be your reference point. You don't have to ask me that question. You already know the answer. You already know the answer. What if? So you answer this question. You better answer this question right. I'm blocking you. Okay. You who. All right. If your specific person says they don't fucking want your ass, never hit me up again, and block you 15 minutes ago, 15 days ago, 2 years ago, does that matter right now? Think before you answer. Okay, thank you. So why did you ask me that question? If you already knew the answer, why are you asking me that question? It's ignoring boundaries when you're So that's a good question. I did a full discussion on boundaries. If y'all know me, I am a fucking advocate of boundaries. I'm an advocate of boundaries. All right? Y'all tell me if if somebody blocks you right now, they block you, they say don't fucking talk to me again. Right now. Right? Because you know that you are God and only this moment exists, is that an excuse? Is that an excuse for you to blow up their phone, text them from a new number, show up at their house, harass them, get put in jail? First person that says yes gonna get slapped. First person that says yes gonna get slapped. Okay? It's not an excuse. It's absolutely not an excuse. You are still having a human experience and you should have some fucking decency. All right. Angel baby, the first person. I don't hit women, but I will block you. But this is the thing, right? You're still having a human experience. You still have to have human decency. So when we say persist, I'm not saying that Y'all tripping. When I'm saying that you're source, I'm not saying that you should just overstep boundaries. You better fucking persist internally. This moment is this moment, and you follow the rules of this moment. You simply know who you are. This moment does not get to dictate who you are and what your truth is. All right? I'm not bailing none of y'all out. Matter of fact, if somebody even, well, Alex said that I'm God and I could still text her and call her and show up. We both gonna be in jail because I'm gonna beat your ass too. Like, that's not what the fuck I said. All right? You still treat people, if these other people are expressions of God, they deserve respect. If somebody telling you no, it means no. It means no in this moment. But you get to decide who you are, and you get to go through life. Damn it. I got restricted. That's fine. If I always get fucking restricted. You get to decide who you are, and you get to walk through life in that knowing of who you are. You don't have to use the external to dictate who you are. Okay? Wonderful. How do you learn how to forgive when you're a Capricorn? All right, let's put this on the dumbass questions list. How can I learn to forgive? By the way, we have 2 lists here. We have a good question list and a dumbass question list. All right. Who is next? To forgive when I'm a Capricorn? Where was Yoo-Hoo's last question? Let me find Yoo-Hoo's question too. What was your question, Yoo-Hoo? What if my SP told me that they don't want me? Okay. So we got 2. We got a couple, but that one really got to me. That one really got under my skin. I should have put the tarot question up here too. I got y'all. When did it click for me, this manifestation stuff? Man. I don't think it really clicked until I had some big things happen. And it's still an evolving clicking, right? Like, it's still an evolving clicking. It's the dumb boy answer. Stop identifying with your zodiac sign like it's your identity. You can forgive somebody because you can forgive somebody. I wish a woman would say they can't forgive me because they're a fucking Leo. What are you talking about? You get to forgive somebody because you choose to forgive somebody. Because you're God and you can't be limited. You can't be limited to one definition, just like you can't be limited to if somebody calls you an avoidant or an anxious avoidant or attached style or a Scorpio or a Leo or your rising sign, or you don't really know it unless you know what house you're in, right? None of those things dictate who you are. None of those things dictate who you are. None of them. You are already everything. You are already everything. I'm still keeping it on the question. I'm still keeping it on that list. Just because just because you insult me back, don't mean I'm taking the question off the dumbasses. I'm keeping it up there. Yeah, go ahead. You ask your question too. Let's see what list it gets put on. Ask your question too. All right, here we go. What do I need to affirm to get on the dumbass question list? I got you. Don't worry. You automatically are on that list. You earned that spot. You have earned that spot too. If I had an SP, first time saying SP after watching you say and they said they don't want me. If I sat in that, I would realize in truth, I do not want to chase someone who, hold up. Finish that when you were on to something. You were on to something. If I had a specific person, here we go. Hear this one. If I had a specific person and they said they don't want me, if I sat in that, I would realize in truth, I do not want to chase someone who... Oh, I love this question. And I love this question for so many reasons, right? Because it is a very triggering question. It's a very triggering statement. But it's not a triggering state. It pokes and sees, do you understand how reality works, right? So if I asked y'all, and I did a long ass write up on this question in the Discord, because some of y'all are kind of slow, all right? But I'll constantly ask y'all this question. I'll say, why do you want to manifest someone who doesn't want you? And typically the answer is something along the lines of like, because I can, right? Or because I can have whatever I want. It doesn't matter what you say. It's a little bit deeper than that, though. Yes, you can have whatever you want, but does you saying that you can have whatever you want, does that do any? Does that move the needle for you? Like, if I'm to ask you, right? If I sit here and I say, all right, you can have. Why would you want a specific person that doesn't want you? And you say, well, I can have whatever I want. Does that, and what? What now? Okay, you can have whatever you want. Okay, cool. But what does that actually mean in terms of you receiving what you want? Do you understand that you're not actually choosing a version of them that doesn't want you? Do you understand that what you're actually, it's all about identity, right? So when I decide that I'm a person that's unwanted, I'm going to find someone to validate that. Sometimes, though, that process gets skewed. So let's say you go through a situation, you break up with somebody. They break up with you. They leave you, and now you're like, okay, I want to manifest them back. There's no problem with that. Now, let's say we manifest them back. Damn, I'm speaking in hella concessions today, which is fine. Sometimes we got to have talks like this. Let's say that you want to manifest them back. Okay, cool. Now, what you're going to quickly realize on this journey is that you can't get them when you're in the knowing that you're not chosen. So what will happen is that relationship ended, and that relationship ending, it meant nothing about you. It has nothing to do with you. At that point in time, there was just a transition that happened in the physical reality. There was one of infinite possibilities that played out. One of those infinite possibilities is that y'all broke. It has nothing to do with you. Hear me. This might help put this into perspective for some of y'all. Y'all breaking up had nothing to do with you and who you are right now. Okay, maybe in that moment it did whatever, but we don't have to worry about that. That was just one of infinite possibilities. Now, what happens is that you internalize that breakup, right? It happened, they left, you wanted them back, you don't have them back, and you said, I must not be worthy. I must not be enough. And now, because you've decided that, they become the proof. So really, it's about you. I am unworthy. The proof is that they don't want me. And so when I'm saying, why would you want somebody who doesn't want you? What I'm doing is I'm challenging that perspective. And I'm saying, hold up. You are the person who is desired. So how could they not want you? That's one. There's infinite versions of them. There's infinite versions of them that don't want you. Infinite versions that do. But first and foremost, it's about you. How could I want somebody who doesn't want me if I identify as somebody who's wanted? You see how those two stories aren't aligned. So it's deeper than, because I can have whatever. Of course you can. Of course you can. But the deeper thing is, are you identifying? Like, do you feel like you are doing this to try to get somebody to change their mind about you? Because really, you think that they don't want your ass. Really, you think they don't want your ass. So you think you're changing them, but you're not changing shit. Everything already exists as truth. The version of them that wants you, the version of you, the version of them that doesn't want you. They already exist within you. We're not dealing with that version of them anymore. That's why I'm like, okay, make it about you first. You are chosen. And as a byproduct of that, of course, you're with the version of them that chose you or chooses you because you are chosen. So the question is much deeper than I can have whatever I want, no matter what Alex says. I know that. Of course you can. It don't matter what I say. But I'm simply poking at your understanding of reality. How does it feel to think about this person that doesn't want you? Do you feel like you're identifying with that still? Is there a little bit of resistance there, or you're chosen because it's about me? And because I am chosen, that version of them is I'm not in that reality anymore. It might look like it, but that's not me. I am chosen. So now all of a sudden, when when you begin to see yourself as chosen, this beautiful version of them shows up to confirm what you are. It's about you. It's about you. So I'll ask these questions to do what? Just to poke at you and see, are you really making this about you? Are you making this about you, or are you trying to change something out there to validate yourself? Or are you sitting in the validation and the knowing that you're already everything? That you are love? That's what I'm actually pointing towards. Okay? And you take them off the pedestal by putting yourself on it. And then when you put yourself on it, you can pull whatever you want up there with you, but you're the first one there, right? They can sit on your lap, but they don't. But you're not at their feet worshiping, just kissing their feet, right? No, you're not doing that. You're the one that's on the pedal. You take them off by putting yourself on. You take your awareness off of them being the prize and you put it on, I am the prize. And the moment you say, I am the prize, all of a sudden you look at them automatically differently, because when I see myself as the prize, I can't help but what? I can't help but what? See them as seeing me as the prize as well, because I am the prize. So it's about me. Okay? It's about me. That's why I'm always saying, make it about you, make it about you, make it about you, make it about you. Because if you don't, what you're going to try to do is you take this reality out there and you think that you can mold it, and you try to force your way to look at it differently instead of simply recognizing the truth. You've never been unloved. You just forgot for a little bit, but you've always been loved. You're always perfect. You're always divine. You're always whole. You're always the center of reality. And so now, of course, that's how people must treat you when they enter your life. And you automatically see them differently. When you're working outside in, it feels like effort. You're constantly trying to force them to change. All right? Now you're like, damn, Alex, this happened, this unfavorable circumstance. How do I deal with it? Well, put the focus back on you first. Okay, recognize who you are. That can be whatever. You don't want to even change that version of them. The version of them that shows up shitty, that's not the version of them that you want. You know that. If that shitty version of them stayed here, right, came back, you wouldn't be happy. You wouldn't feel like this shit worked. You would not be writing a success story. Oh yeah, the same version of them that was hot and cold constantly showed up, still hot and cold, and right. That's not a success. It's not doing anything. So you don't even want that version of them. You don't want that version of them. So what? You sit in the knowing of who you are. Okay? No, you wouldn't. I don't believe you when you say that. You wouldn't. You would not. You would not accept that version of them. I don't believe that. Don't believe that. Some of y'all would take this. But Alex, you haven't seen them like I've seen them. You haven't seen them naked. Don't want to. Don't want to. Oh, wait. Y'all are funny as hell. One of the slow ones he mentioned. Oh, bro, y'all are funny. Oh, man. Yo, what's good? Oh, man. Y'all are too funny for me sometimes. Oh, man. Ooh wee. Love you too, family. Man. Today's been a funny ass day. Funny ass day. Just Q&A. Are we having debate night? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Don't let. I hope RD not on here still. I hope RD not on here still with me saying I don't know if we having debate night. I don't know. Roy to love debate night. When I saw myself as the prize, that's when my SP came back. I mean, it's more than that. I guess in a sense, yes. When I understood that they were never gone, that's when they come back. When you realize they were never gone, kind of is that deeper realization. Is that they've always just been a story. Which sounds so impersonal, right? But that is the nature of reality. They were always just a story. Them being gone and not wanting me and not loving me was always just a story that I was buying into. And I don't have to live in that story anymore. Right? I get to tell whatever story I want. Not necessarily just by looking at the past do you repeat the story, but by identifying with it. And if there's only now, what's the actual point of constantly looking back anywhere? Anyway, what are you actually looking for? You don't live there anymore. You get to decide who you are right now. So unless that past is something that you want to revisit, then why not put all of your attention right now? Right? Why not? And yeah, of course, a story about me first. I put me first, right? Because I'm the storyteller. I am the source. It's the recognition that I'm the source. And then it's that recognition that because I'm the source, I'm the one who's telling stories. I'm the one who's telling stories. If I don't, and what I found, this is why I teach this way. Why I teach inside out is because if I don't recognize that I am the source, then what I'll start doing is I'll think that I'm trying to change this person by forcing my will with affirmations. And if you don't understand that you're the source, even saying I am the source becomes just another affirmation or a way to try to control or change something out there when you can't change anything. You simply can decide what you are and who you are right now. And now reality can show you that because you're already it. Right? So all I'm doing is I'm knowing that I can be whatever I want right now. This is why it goes back to that question I was asking y'all. Wherever you are right now, let's say that you have a specific person, you who listen to me. You who listen to me. When it comes to your specific person, y'all are together right now. In this very moment, right now, in this moment right now, you who, can you prove to me that they are not in a loving relationship with you? Can you prove to me? What you're going to quickly see is you can't. You're going to say, oh, I could pull up a phone message. Okay, you have to go search for that. Just because you don't have current messages does not mean that they're not with you. Just because you don't have a phone call doesn't mean they're not with you. Right now, in this moment, the only thing that you are referencing as proof that they're not with you is yourself. That's it. You're just referencing yourself. You don't wish that, Tiffany. You don't wish that, Tiffany. You don't wish that. But you can't actually create any proof right now that they're not with you. There's nothing that says that you're not a millionaire. There's nothing that says that you're not there's nothing that says that you're a millionaire. There's nothing that you said. Sorry, there's nothing that says you're not a millionaire. There's nothing that says you're not with that person right now in this moment, unless you go look for proof. Unless you go look for proof. It's only you right now. You get to decide who you are. It's exactly, you never changed anything. It's just us experiencing different identities of ourselves after choosing what was true in the moment. That's it. And we use everything else as an excuse. We'll be like, oh no, that's the proof. That's the proof. That's the proof. But it's just you choosing. And then you looking around for proof and saying, oh, that's the proof. Right? Exactly. Nothing else is showing you. Nobody is telling you that you're not with your person. Nobody is telling you that you're not with them and there is no third party. Nobody is telling you that your business is not successful. Nobody is telling you that your bank account does not have $1 million in it. Nobody is telling you that your family's not healthy in this moment, right now. How often are you actually confronted with something that says the opposite? How often are you actually confronted with it? For most people, not that much. And even if you are, you're still the one that takes whatever you see and interprets it, puts a label on it and says, this must mean that. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a situation. Exactly, Uhu. So what would happen if you were actually here right now? Damn. I'm starting to realize the manifestation space is so SP, it's so specific person driven. I don't like it. I don't like it. It is so specific. The specific person industry is booming. The specific person industry is booming. Ooh, man. If I man, I'm gonna scam y'all. I'm gonna start scamming y'all for one of y'all SPs too bad. Good luck. Good luck. May the odds be in your favor. You know what? Y'all about to be my prosperity. Y'all are about to turn into my fucking abundance. Because Jesus Christ. Y'all about to turn into my fucking abundance. I just said I wanted a new car. I see a couple victims in the chat. I see a couple marks in the chat already. I got y'all. I'll help you with your SPs. Tell me your problems. Tell me your fucking problems. Shit. He said, give me that bread, keep that SP. I feel you. Man. What if you don't know if you want in a significant other or not, advice for the indecisive, then that's fine. Allow yourself to be there. Allow yourself to be there, right? So there's nothing wrong with you being indecisive on if you want this person or not. Allow life to give you that. Allow life to show you when you want to make a decision. You don't have to make a decision yet. Just because you feel quote unquote indecisive does not actually mean that there's a problem. It does not mean that there's a problem. Sometimes you just want to chill. Sometimes you just want to go on a date. Sometimes you just want to talk to somebody. Sometimes you just want to apply for jobs. Sometimes you just are working here for a little while until you figure out what the fuck is the next step. That's it. Sometimes you're just figuring shit out. Sometimes life is just flowing. And that's perfectly fine. Honor that time too. It's still sacred time. You're still everything right there. So how I would handle it is, you don't have to approach that situation looking for answers. There are no answers. There are no answers. You don't have to look for anything. You can actually just allow yourself to be in that space. Just allow yourself to be in that space. Get more clarity. Okay? Get more clarity. Allow life to help you get more clarity. You're going through a divine menu. Who's to say that you're around this person that don't give you more clarity on what you do want in somebody else? Or who's to say that you go on a different date or you watch a TV show and some of y'all watch Wuthering Heights. And all of a sudden you get a little bit more clarity on what you want. You're like, yeah, girl, that movie was crazy. But, right? So who knows when life is going to present you opportunities to give you clarity on what you do want. You don't have to force it. You don't have to force it. How to get money? Because you're still looking at it as a separate self. You're looking at it as if you are this separate entity here and there is another entity with money out there, or there is money out there. You are the money. You are the prosperity. You're not getting anything. You're not getting a specific person. You're not getting money. There's no outside money to receive. There's nothing to get. There's nothing to do. There's no other version of you that is prosperity. There is just you right now thinking, creating a story that there's a version of you that is prosperity, and the only way that they can be prosperity is with a job. But there's infinite ways that money can show up. Infinite ways. Infinite ways. You can slip up on a lawsuit. You can somebody can hit your car in the parking lot while you parked. You can get a letter in the mail for a job that you forgot you had a 401k with. You can win a lottery. You can win a lottery without even playing it. There's infinite ways that money can show up. Stop trying to understand. Stop trying to logically map and simply go to the end. The end is you already have it. You just are prosperity. Begin to look at yourself as prosperity and be open to the infinite ways that money can show you. In every moment, know yourself as prosperity and open up your mind to where things can show up from. No problem, manifestation girly. You are the manifestation. You know that, right? Manifestation girly. So you're not getting anything. You already are everything. You're recognizing that, right? Not a rhetorical question. We're not moving on until manifestation girly respond. You know that you're the manifestation, right? That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Remember, it's something to recognize, not something to try to intellectually understand. Who can understand God? Who can understand the infinite nature of God? Trying to understand the infinite nature of God is a dummy mission. It's something to recognize. You recognize that you are everything. You recognize that you're the manifestation. You recognize that if you want prosperity, that desire already means that you are prosperity. So what I want, I recognize that I am. I am what I want. You are what you desire. I want prosperity, therefore I am prosperity. Okay? You want to own that beautiful business, therefore you already do. Even if it's not in front of you. Hell yeah. So, it's expansive for sure. It's just being everything. You're just everything. Just a recognition, you're everything, right? Whatever you want, you're it. Whatever you want, you're it. Yeah. It's a beautiful way to live. Just allowing life to just surprise you. What else is there to do? The micromanaging is exhausting, it's tiring. It doesn't even show up the way that you expect it to show up anyway. Accept this moment as the gift that it is. Lean into it. Enjoy it. Hold it. Love it. Right? And understand that every moment is just another gift. RD, how was the prom? How was the prom? It was prom, right? Prom? Or was it a dance? Good to hear. Good to hear. So good to hear. So good to hear. So beautiful to hear. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that. I am so grateful for that. He is healthy. Amen. Ah, what a beautiful story. Beautiful story. Absolutely. Absolutely. Such a beautiful story. Now it's all from what you decided. It's all from what you decided. Ah, what a good story. All right, enough. That's enough of that. We don't do that here. Okay? But I appreciate you, Aaron. I appreciate you. Yeah, just live life. Yeah, nothing comes exactly as pictured, and it always comes out better. It always just shows up better. Some of the stories, I don't share a lot of success stories, but some of y'all success stories are so beautiful and so touching. Some of y'all are we're dealing with circumstances, and seeing y'all just snap from circumstance focused to me focused, I'm always like, hell yeah, that's the win, right? Because I know once you go from circumstance focused to me focused, that's a wrap. It's a wrap. And now all of a sudden, it's just about becoming more and more you focused. And then you just see the vortex, you see the avalanche, you see the snowball effect. Life proves to you over and over in all these beautiful ways that you've always been taken care of. And it's just about putting you first. It's about putting you first. It's about becoming you focused, recognizing that you're everything, and just going from there. There's nothing to hold on to. Your desire is already the truth. There's nothing to hold on to. If you want to hold on to anything, hold on to the peace that simply surpasses all understanding, that peace that you are it right now. You are him right now. You are her right now. You are source right now. That's enough. And that's enough. You knowing that you're everything right now is enough. Y'all be like, well, how will the desire show up? Who gave you the desire? Where did the desire come from? Who are you trying to convince to give you this desire? It's just you. The desire is already the truth about you. It chose you. You desire it because it chose you. It's already here. All you got to do is sit back and enjoy the ride. Put your head out the window. Like Maggie. Maggie's my sister's dog. When we roll down the window, she likes to put her head out the window and smile. All right, just enjoy the ride. There's nothing to do. You can't do anything anyway. All you can do is be here. Be still and know. You can't control anything. But the beautiful thing is the more that you let go, the more control you actually do have. It's such a paradox, right? The tighter you grip, the less control you have. The more you simply recognize and allow, the more control you have. Such a paradox. Enjoy the fucking ride, man. You're taken care of. Your desires are promises. Think of your desires like a preview, right? If you go watch a movie, let's say you go watch Avengers, right? And then they give you a preview of all the movies showing up, and you're like, ooh, I like them. I like that. I want to see that. The desire is just this preview. Like you are this screen, right? And so everything is just showing up within this screen, which is awareness, right? And everything is just showing up. Every now and then you get a little preview of what's going to be there, and it's called the desire. It's just a preview. Can you recognize it as truth? And then come back to this moment and allow it to actually show up. It's just a preview. It's already done. It's already done in here. By the time, when they give you the trailer, the movie's done. They give you the teaser trailer. Then it gets more refined into the official trailer, the cinematic trailer. Then you get the full feature. If you just relax, before you know it, you'll see it. But the preview means the movie's already done. The desire is released to you because it's already done. You can just enjoy the ride and allow it to show up. It's beautiful. There's nothing to hold on to. You can if you want. But you don't have to because it's already the truth. So the desire being there means it's already yours and you can just enjoy your life when it comes in. Yep. That's exactly it. I would highly recommend you. I did 2 videos over the last 3 or 4 days, and they're on desire. They're on the YouTube, and number 1 is called lecture 1, and the second one's called lecture 2. They're both under the live streams tab. I would highly recommend you to watch those videos because all we did was it was a lecture directly on what desire is. And I think if you understand that your desire is the truth, is proof of the truth, it will help you relax a lot. Because we think that our desires are something that we have to hold on to. But you don't. Right? Not saying that you have to let go of them. All I'm saying is that you can be more curious about them. You can have more fun with your desire. Right? We can let go of anything that tries to tell us that this desire is not the truth about us. So Your desire is the truth about you. It's done. It's finished. It's done. Right, what else? What other questions? Anybody want to get put up on the good question board? Anybody want to get put on the dumbass question board? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. A middle question. What if everything shows me it's not? Nothing is showing you that it's not. You're interpreting neutral scenes in reality or in the external world as meaning something that they mean nothing. You're the only one saying what everything means. A text message, a bank balance, none of those things come labeled as rejection. Right? Somebody not responding to a text is literally just somebody not responding to a text. The bank balance looking like a negative is just the bank balance looking like negative. It has nothing to do with me. It's just an experience. It's one of infinite experiences right here and right now. But I have the final say so on what it means and what it means to me. No one is telling you to say that this situation means the opposite of what you want. It's all leading towards what you want. It all is what you want, actually. It's not even leading towards it because you're what you want. So all of it is just getting out the way. But you are the one right here that is the truth. So you can simply go about your life knowing that everything will work out how you want because life is you. Yep. But for some reason, I feel like that answer is not going to satisfy you. For some reason, I got a feeling that answer is not going to be satisfying to you. I feel like there's a but coming. But, ... My situation's different. It's not. There's nothing out there. There's no thought, there's no emotion, there's no circumstance that gets to tell you that you're not the person you desire to be. The only person that has that authority is you. This is even why Jesus said what he said. You would have no authority over me if it's not given to you from above. When he was talking to Pontius Pilate, when Pontius Pilate said, don't you know I have the power to fucking kill you? Don't you know I can get you wiped off of the face of the earth? And this was a statement, right? Pontius represented that ego mind. Right? And Jesus said, you would have no power over me. It doesn't matter what you say. The only thing that has power over me is what I say. What I say does. Okay. Appreciate you, Reeb. Is it Reeb? I appreciate you. Thank you, Goddess. But what if I don't trust myself enough to know it will go the way I want it? Well, better start learning how to trust yourself then. You better start learning how to trust yourself then. Shit, you don't know how to trust yourself. What have you been trusting? If you can't trust yourself, what the hell have you been trusting? How's that worked out for you? Trusting everybody else besides you. It don't matter if you trust me. If you don't trust yourself, my words are just words. If you trust me, or you trust Neville Goddard, or you trust your priest, or you trust your fucking the Pope, whatever spirit, you trust Gandhi or whatever, whoever the hell you believe in, right? None of that shit makes any difference if you don't trust yourself as the expression of God. Trusting me is not going to make your business blow up. Trusting me is not going to get you money. Trusting me is not going to get your specific person back. I am literally just a man with a loincloth on his head. Reading off of a Google Doc. I am just a random dude reading off of a Google document. Trusting me is not going to bring you anybody back into your life. Trusting your pastor is not going to make your money flow. Trusting yourself. Right? Trusting yourself. That's what's going to get you everything. How do you build that trust? One moment at a time. One moment at a time. One moment at a time right now. It's a choice. It's another choice right now, right? It's one moment at a time. Some of y'all act like the ghost of Alex is going to follow you. Y'all act like when y'all go to sleep, my higher self goes and talks to your SP's higher self and says, take them back. They've been doing enough work. They've been doing enough work. Take them back. Then their higher self says, you know what? That's right. Let me put the version of them that loves them back into her. And I wouldn't even do that. If me as a higher self would go talk to your SP's higher self, you don't even want to know what that conversation would be like. Like, this motherfucker is lack. This motherfucker is lackful as hell. And I would look at your SP up and down. I would say, I really don't know. Matter of fact, stay away. If they knew they were God, they wouldn't choose you. If they knew they could have whatever, they wouldn't choose you anyway. You know, stay your ass away. We finna build some character over here. That's what I would tell them. They need their character built a little bit. From what I see, they need their character built a little bit more. I'm anti y'all's SPs, to be honest. All of them. I don't like none of y'all's SPs. Not a single one of them. I think all of them are whack, weak, musty, broke. I think all of them. Every single one without exception. All of them. The Lord God. So, you mean to tell me that, I already hear your SP. You mean to tell me that this is the dude with the pantyhose on his head? That's the one you've been listening to? This dude with the pantyhose on his head been telling you that you're God, huh? Okay. You might be in a fucking cult. You might be in a cult. Are you sure? Man, how has that worked out for you? This guy right here. For real, we finna start a Netflix documentary for sure. Nah, we not finna do that shit. Fuck that. We not foreshadowing. No nonsense. My sister for sure thinks y'all are cult members. I said, Ray, it's not a cult. It's not a cult. I was like, they know it's not a cult. They know it's not a cult. She said, you know, people in a cult typically don't know that they're in a cult. Like, damn. Fucking right. Fucking right. Yeah, people in a cult, they typically don't know. I said, shit. You might be on to something, sis. You might be fucking on. You might be on to something. When I first started doing this shit, that's what she told me. She was like, I could see you like having your own cult. Because I think she used to be just kind of impressed with some of the things that I would. Hold up. We don't need this one recorded on YouTube. We don't need this part recorded on YouTube. We don't need this up and running.